Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to have a look at the suggestions passed to developers for September of 2025. This time, there is a bunch of really cool ground vehicles, and we're going to be covering some of them in this video. And I'm super happy to actually share these with you because this is the first time in a long time where there's been a bunch of really interesting options. So let's get into it. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and also like the video. Let's get started. The first vehicle is a German vehicle, the Rheinmetall-Oerlikon Skyguard-M. This is a wonky and wonderful vehicle that could come in as an AA. Basically, the Skyguard system is by itself a stationary air defense radar system for detecting airborne vehicles, munitions, and for critical asset protection. It was originally built as a target detection and fire control system to work in tandem with separate but connected Oerlikon GDF gun systems, as well as a V-SHORAD SAM systems. This specific version was adapted for fitting and use on top of a Volvo SM868 chassis. The Rheinmetall-Oerlikon Skyguard system was developed by Contraves. It's a modern and state-of-the-art radar system capable of engaging a wide variety of air threats from both surface and aerial launches, like low-flying aircraft and air-to-ground guided weapons. The Skyguard-M was equipped with a pulse Doppler search and tracking radars from Oerlikon Contraves and an IR goniometer for measuring the entry phase of guided missiles. It also possesses an electro-optical target tracking system, which is really cool. The modern digital computer interface by Contraves is the nerve center of the Skyguard-M and carries out all calculation tasks requires, and the system and crew cabin, which has 6 weapons mounts on the sides, can be rotated freely in relation to the driver's cabin and also vehicle chassis. The Skyguard-M is designed in such a way that a large number of anti-aircraft guided weapons can be integrated. It also allows for engaging multiple targets simultaneously, akin to track while scan techniques. One of the coolest things about this vehicle is the fact that it has 6 missile launchers on it, but the missile launchers can actually be replaced by a high-performance machine cannon. So, for example, you could actually run this thing with 6 missiles, or you could run it with 4 missiles and 2 cannons, or you could run it with 5 missiles and 1 cannon. Basically, it was tested with a 6-barreled 20mm Vulcan cannon on it and also the ammunition underneath. So technically, you could bring different loadouts depending on what you wanted. When it comes to the missiles that this vehicle used, it had the Crowtail, the Rapier, the AIM-9C, the AIM-7, and also the MIM-72. So many fun options indeed. And the fact that it's also built off of a big old crane, the good old SM868, I think generally that's pretty awesome too. The next vehicle is for Russia, and it's basically a bathtub with a gun on it. This is the BAD-2, or the BAD. This is a multi-turreted amphibious armored car. The BAD-2 was a development of Eco OGPU PVO and also Design Bureau of the Azora plant under the command of NYA Obukov in 1932. The vehicles were designed in parallel with the BAD-1 and aimed to offer vehicles capable of working on the ground and then also in rivers and railroads. Russia, of course, is a large country with a quite sparse population, at least at the time and even nowadays. The lack of infrastructure was reducing the ability to defend the large country with the conventional slow tanks that they had, so the BAD-2 is intended to offer a higher mobility and tactical advantage over the other tanks. The vehicles are built in a boat-like chassis. They were designed to float and cross rivers or even lakes. The rear wheels could be added with a track for better mobility on soft ground, and the wheels could also be replaced to run on the railroad which crosses the whole country. The trial was fairly successful. The vehicle could float while being difficult to navigate. The railroad conversion was also working fine. However, the vehicle itself was plagued with reliability and also production issues. It was officially and also publicly presented in 1933 during the Leningrad Parade, and the Red Army ordered 25 of these vehicles, but only 15 could actually be produced with the current material available. Further production and reliability issues forced the order to be cancelled, and in 1934, the prototype was scrapped as it seemed irrelevant and the project completely abandoned. The actual firepower on this thing is also kind of interesting. Instead of using the standard kind of 45mm that you find on many Soviet vehicles, it uses the 37mm B3 5K. This gun, for an early 1930s gun, was actually pretty good, penetrating 50mm of armor at a short distance with its APHE round. The 37mm gun was also placed in a central turret and could turn 360 degrees, and the elevation of the gun is unfortunately unknown, but given the placement, it should be okay, and also the gun depression being around -8 would be quite nice too. The 37mm could carry 60 rounds in the vehicle, and also there was no coaxial MG for it. Instead, what the vehicle had is these little turrets which had 7.62mm LMGs placed in the front and also the right side of the driver, and an additional rear turret with a 7.62mm as well. So just in standard fashion, like a lot of these 1930s Soviet vehicles, it had these mini turrets on it with a bunch of guns. Mobility-wise, the vehicle, of course, was underpowered for its weight. It was powered by a Gaz AA engine, which only gave it 40 horsepower for its 4.7 tons. This reduced its mobility quite heavily, but it still was able to reach 50 to 60 kilometers an hour on the road. It was also amphibious, with a propeller at the rear, and the propeller continuously turns even if it's not in water, as long as the wheels that they're attached to are in the same system. The vehicle could reach between 4.5 kilometers and also 6 kilometers an hour on the water. And the protection of the vehicle, well, you can guess it wasn't very good. On the front, you are looking at 6mm, and on the sides, you are looking at 6mm as well. Not exactly something that could even stop very, very light rounds from other vehicles. For Japan, we have the Type 03 Chū-SAM Kai, or the SAM 4 Kai as it's known. Between 2010 and 2016, the Type 03 system underwent extensive modernization to better counter new threat scenarios such as low-altitude cruise missiles and fast-flying air-to-surface missiles. Particular emphasis was placed on improving performance without significantly increasing acquisition costs, and at the same time, the system's networked combat capabilities were significantly expanded, greatly increasing its effective defensive range. The improved version of the system, designated Type 03 Chū-SAM Kai, features an additional radar for detecting low-flying aircraft, equipped with a modern GAN amplifier. This powerful subsystem enables better detection and also tracking of hard-to-detect targets near the ground. In the 2017 budget, 17.4 billion yen was allocated for the first time for the procurement of an initial unit of the improved Kai variant. After development was completed, the system was officially designated the Type 03 Medium-Range Surface-to-Air Guided Missile Improved, and starting in 2026, the findings from ongoing further development are to be used to gradually equip the improved version of the Type 03 system with ballistic missile defense capabilities. The remaining base Type 03 units are scheduled to be retrofitted to the improved Type 03 Kai version, which offers a longer-range ballistic and improved target tracking capabilities. A key feature of the system is the modern Actively Electronically Scanned Array Radar, or AESA, which serves as the fire control system. It enables the simultaneous detection and tracking of multiple targets with high accuracy and offers robust resistance to electronic countermeasures. The system is fully mobile and highly integrated. Both the multi-purpose radar vehicle and the launcher vehicle are based on the same 8x8 wheeled platform, which ensures logistical advantages and high off-road capability. The system's guided missile has a caliber of 280mm, a length of 4,900mm, and weighs around 460 kilos. The missile is equipped with entirely new aerodynamic and control surfaces. It's controlled by an AESA seeker derived from the AAM-4 air-to-air missile. The launcher vehicle weighs around 23 tons and has a length of approximately 11 meters. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.